What's going on, people? I'm gonna let y'all slide in real quick. I'm gonna let you guys slide in. Then we're gonna talk about it for a minute or two. Talk about how people are so, manipulative when it comes to other things that they like to promote or like to, put on a pedestal. What's going on? Hey, what's up? What's up? Maybe put that light on right there. What's going on? What's going on, Shantae? Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. You don't know how to turn it on? Okay, that's all right. What's going on, people? Slide through. Slide through. Yeah. Slide through. What's going on, peoples? What's going on? Hey, are you guys noticing it? Or if you are those people that's wanna, protect the Cardi B's and the Megan and Stallions of the world, I get it. Do your thing, whatever floats your boat and everything such as that. But let's start looking at, let's just start looking at what you don't like to talk about. And that's child sex trafficking. That's really going on over here. A lot of you guys, a lot of you guys favorite, hosts, talk show hosts. You going what downstairs? Yeah, a lot of you guys favorite talk show hosts. What's her name? Degenerates, whatever her name is. I forgot the lady's name. She's going down with the Epstein thing as well, and a lot of reports talking about it was a lot of sexual, things going on, sexual assaults, and people, being racist or whatever on her show. Ellen DeGeneres, that's her name. I see everybody don't talk about that, and this Ellen, yep, Ellen. Yeah, what you guys don't understand is that especially the young black girl is the ones that's getting caught up in this mess the most out of any non-black young lady in America. Even young boys getting caught up, getting kidnapped, getting sold to the pimp, wherever it be. And it don't just be a man, it be women out there as well. And but people want to promote sexuality all the time. People want to promote degeneracy. Nobody want to talk about, what's really going on that make it a lot easier for people to find those type of victims. And the whole situation what was going on it's like typical that the same people will protect people like Cardi B and people like Megan and Stallion and think they and then very, like, I seen something on what you call one of these simps, rap simps, whatever, putting what this lady did, like, back in 1934. She did something, she sung some song that was like real sexual. This is back in 1934. I don't know, they just bringing shit up on the internet. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, yet and still, they was making an excuse on that. Look what happened back then and stuff like that. It was good back then. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Especially not in the black community. I'm pretty sure that lady that was singing in 1934, I guarantee she was shown away from the community. Black people in those days, goddamn 50 years ago, let alone 80 years ago, didn't play that shit that's what's going on right now. They didn't play that. And I have elderly people that I talk to would let me know this, that told me this. Because again, I'm a type of person, I actually look up things, I research, I find knowledge into everyone. That's what I do. But again, we don't talk about child sex trafficking, especially those people that like to protect the Cardi B's and the Megan and Stallions of the world, and wonder why their little girl is so sexually active. People say, well, they're not supposed to be. Another excuse that I hear a lot. Well, the mother, or I mean the parent, Cardi B ain't supposed to be a role model. Let me tell you something. When it's a 75 to 80% single parent household that we face, in America, what have you, especially in Black America, more than likely, that child will find someone like a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or any of these other, love of hip hop type of people, or any other degenerate that's on MTV or what have you, or VH1, to be a role model. But again, often I see it. I see a lot of these celebrities promoting it, and you people still not getting it. You still not getting that. You putting yourself into a situation where your family is not functional because you think dysfunction is a cool thing, until it really breaks down your family dynamics, and it does all the time. And I say it, and again, what I say as well is that I see it time and time again. The same people that's protecting the Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions of the world are the same people that don't want to talk about the number of abortions that's happening in the Black community, that don't want to talk about sex trafficking going on by kidnapped children, don't want to talk about the family dynamics are very weak in the Black community. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about whatever their super liberal white mommy and daddy told them to talk about. That's what they want to talk about. They want to talk about nothing that really has to do with facts and that can actually come with a solution. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it over and over and over again, where you guys would rather protect a grown man than to protect a grown man or woman than to protect a child. I see it time and time again. And again, I never saw a person that's portraying Cardi B as just music and just this and that third, but at the same time talk about child sex trafficking. I never see those two things come within. I never see that at all. Because again, people want to normalize sexuality. So if you normalize sexuality, you don't want to face the facts that you're normalizing it with your kids, your niece and nephew, the children you be around, so on and so forth. So what you do is, again, that's why pedophilia is a big part of this country as well. That's why the LGBTQ plus. I see if you get on social, get on like stuff like Tinder. I remember a couple years ago looking at Tinder, and I'm seeing a lot of women talking about they pansexuals. Do any of you guys know what a pansexual is? I'm going to tell you a little bit of what a pansexual is if you don't know. A pansexual is a person that will have sex with a man, woman, or anything else. Don't matter the age or not. That's a pansexual. And how many of our celebrities say they were pansexuals as well? How many of our celebrities said that? Been many that said those things. This is why you gotta you have to, you know what I mean. So I can understand why a person, this is what I should have said at the beginning, will defend a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion and won't talk about child sex trafficking. They would defend Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, but won't talk about child sex trafficking. You know, and so many excuses that I'm getting too. Like I said before, I'm getting excuses on a situation where they would say, well, Cardi B and them ain't no role model. But when you have, ain't no role model. I want to make that clear. But when you have a 75 to 80% single, being raised in a single parent household in a black community, that can be a huge problem. These young ladies, these confused young girls are looking at that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a fad. That's why, you know, it's not a fad. You know, and it still doesn't give these people an excuse to, you know, but again, I can understand that because the people that's protecting the normalizing of sexuality don't want to talk about child sex trafficking. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that because I put it on a lot of folks that was trying to, you know, protect their, you know, Cardi B's and stuff like that. I was putting it on there, on their, you know, their comments, and nobody want to talk about that. Nobody don't want to talk about that because they don't feel offended. They feel like, oops, oh shit, yeah, that's right. It is a big ass problem, especially in the black community, that the black little boy and black little girl are considered. They not looked at from age. What they say from ages 9 to 14. They are not looked at as a, you know, as a child. They look at more of an adult, especially if they are being raised in a very urban area. Yeah, that's true. They probably are, because it's a lot of them. This in the case in point in New London County. Everybody was protecting homeboy at the beginning. They was protecting them. No matter if a child was involved or not, they were still protecting them. And a lot of these people are sickos. I've been a coach for 18 years. Somebody, you know, I remember 3-4 years ago, about 4 or 5 14-year-old boys that was on the freshman team, they came to me saying they had a lot of sexual encounters with older women in the London County area. And I believed them on how they was coming at me. And you know these kids nowadays, they don't have no filter. You know, back in the day, we might have lied and said we kissed the older woman somewhat or whatever, but we ain't really had those details as these kids have because they don't have that filter. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and those women that they was telling me about, those are the same ones that was protecting homeboy from a year ago. And I'm not going to even say his name. You know what I'm talking about, Rashad. So, you know, so you right. They're more than likely sickos as well. You know, they literally going hard body, saying, well, they're not Cardi B and them isn't any role model. I mean, maybe to you. But what about that little girl and that little boy that don't have a strong foundation in the household? Because a lot of them don't. You're talking to a man that's been a mentor for almost 20 years and been coaching for almost 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about that type of guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And for the last 15 to 20 years, I've seen many situations, especially where I live at, where a lot of adults act younger than their children. So it'd be easy for a child such as that can make a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion they idol. It'll be super easy. So when a grown woman say that stuff, when a grown woman will literally say stupid shit as of, you know, trying to make an excuse for them, as best way they possibly can, I look at that and say, whoa, gotta look out for her. And a lot of brothers, when I mean brothers, I mean men in general right now. A lot of these guys be defending that fuckery and wonder why they always in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? They wonder why they can't, keep out the court systems. They just wonder why, because they don't want to listen to brothers such as myself and you, Rashad, as well, and brothers that's going to tell them something, that's going to give them some knowledge, because we've been through it. We've been through, messing with that woman that think it's cool to over-sexualize herself. We think it's cool and think it's cool to overly sexualize herself, and think we supposed to, okay, she cool. No accountability, because the reason why that woman has no accountability is because it's men telling her, yo, baby, you sexy, do whatever you want, baby, this and that, the third. And then, again, as I said before, and then 6 months later down the line, she's dating him. Now, he ready to kill her because he wasn't real. Because he's a beta male. See, it's like a confusion thing. It's like, it's bad to have morals in this society. And I'm gonna tell you, I think I got like over 2,000 Facebook friends. I'm gonna say the majority that listen to me and stuff like that, they on a level of they really don't want to hear nothing that's not sheepish. Like a sheep. Like if it's not about following the trends, and things of that nature, they don't want to hear that bullshit. They don't want to hear it. They don't care about no child sex trafficking. It's not their child. You know what I mean? They don't care about family dynamics, because they know they ain't gonna be able to have a real man in their home or a real woman in their home. So they don't care about. They want degeneracy. They want to be overly sexualized, and then once they hit the wall, now it's everyone else's fault. So with that being said, you can protect all you want of Cardi B's in the world, or Megan the Stallions in the world, but always remember that type of music, and even music in the past. If you want me to be, what's the word? If you want me to be diplomatic about things, always defending that type of music, that overly sexualized music. You're gonna always have young girls and young boys being overly sexualized, and then you're gonna have predators looking at those young girls and young boys and saying to themselves, okay, that one's overly sexualized. Let me try her. Let me try him. As a matter of fact, let me make some money off it. Absolutely. When you're being raised in 75 to 80% of black homes are single parent homes, and then that single parent is not really doing a good job at all, hell yeah, they being influenced. And they easily influence more than anything. Like crazy. A lot of these people just let anybody, a lot of these single parents just let anybody in their household. Remember, I've been single most of my adult life. You know how many, I said this many of occasions, you know how many women wanted me in their house with their kids within a week or less? So when I see all these people talking about, all this bullshit about, I'm not like this, and many of my homeboys said the same things. Many of guys that my acquaintances tell me the same thing. They're getting these women homes like that. Yeah, they're getting these women homes like that. And it don't matter. It'd be a woman that's successful education wise, got a real good job making $75K or more. It don't matter. Or it could be a woman that's collecting welfare. It doesn't matter, because a lot of these women been taught for it. Don't matter what they do, don't matter what they say, no matter how it be, it's okay to do what they do. Not understanding that it's a lot of predators out there. And shit keep on happening, and you would think they would notice this. But when you're entitled and not accountable for your fuck-ups, you don't care about what's happening to your next door neighbor or somebody, across, around the corner or whatever, because you're unaccountable and you're entitled. You're not a realist. Let me see what you said. It took 4 months to meet my lady daughter, and that's how it's supposed to take. It's supposed to take that. That's why your relationship still is what it is. It's still there. You're supposed to take your time. It's even with women. You can't just have. You're a single father. You can't just have any woman next to your kids. As I said, with these young boys that's 14, 15, you come to me all the time talking about, Coach, this woman, this woman, this, that, third, yeah, giving me details. Even these women be sleeping with these boys. Any black man will tell you, I bet you most black men will tell you that they had sex with an older woman before they was 13. I guarantee. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, cousin? For real, I guarantee. Any man that I know, I'ma say, they say I had sex before I was 12 years old with an older woman. I had 11, 10, but they don't want to go with that. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to, because especially when it's a black little boy, we never consider victims. We're never considered victims, even when we are. Even when it be a sexual assault, even when it be a murder, anything, we're not considered actual victims. It's everybody else but us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of black men, such as my age, what have you, they will tell you 3 out of 4 black men been sexually assaulted before they was 11, before they was 14. Now, let's say by an older woman. So when you hear all that bullshit of these people like to protect and like to defend Megan Thee Stallion and what's her name and Cardi B, those are saying you gotta watch out for those people. I'm gonna watch out for them. You don't have to do whatever you do. What you do. You think the way you think. You be the way you be. But I'm gonna watch out for women that like to defend other women that's overly sexualizing themselves. You know what I'm saying? And don't talk about child sex offenders. Don't talk about child trafficking. You know what I mean? I look at those people, those mostly women, but it would be a whole lot of men. I gotta look at them like, okay, I see what you are. And look at it. Go on, like a couple of years ago when I was on Tinder, go on a lot of them girls' sites. You will hear pansexual. When you see pansexual, that should be a red flag. That should be a red flag because pansexuals believe it's no type of age range of love. So what they believe is you could be in love with 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old when you're 19, 20, 25, 30, 35 years old. That's what pansexuality means. And if you're a woman you're on sites like Tinder, go on a man's site and if he say he's a pansexual, I'm telling you, that's just a cute way of saying he's not saying that he or she is a pedophile. You guys gotta really understand, especially if you have children. See, a lot of people don't take raising kids as serious as they take trying to find another idiot to be over their house. You know what I'm saying? Take your children serious. Take them serious. I got a soon to be 20-year-old in a couple of hours. My son, you know, I want to say happy birthday to my son. And my daughter's 17. She's going to be 18 at the end of the year. And I got a 15-month-old, and he's going to be 16 months on Sunday. I try my best, being as though I went through a lot at earlier stages with their mother. I try my goddamn best to protect my son and daughter. I try. I do what I try to do. And I do it as hard as I possibly can. Because I know what's out there. I know what I've been through. I know what a lot of brothers and sisters that I've been raised around been through. I know people like the mainstream media don't want to talk about child sex trafficking as they do want to talk about grown women sex trafficking or grown men sex trafficking. They never want to talk about the child. And why they don't want to talk about the children that's being sex trafficked like they do the adults? I don't know. I'm telling you, this pedophilia shit in this country, this overly sexualizing our children in this country by these Marxist, globalist people, is very fucking weird. And you guys that think it's a joke or what have you, and you got children, you do what you do. But stay away from brothers like me and just people like me. I see it, a lot of people see it, but the people, again, that defend overly sexualized music and have children, you gotta look at them like, me, I'm gonna look at them. Because that's how I am. I'm a realist. I'm gonna look at the bullshit. And when you see somebody talking about they're pansexuals, if you're a single person, you're on Tinder or whatever, that's a cute way of saying that they're a pedophile. That's the cute way of saying that. You know what I mean? But anyway, people, I'm gonna be on my platform tomorrow at some point. Hopefully, you guys will check me out on my Dream Big podcast. I just wanted to make this. I just wanted to make this live video just to talk about that, because I see a lot of people defending all that ratchet bullshit that's fucking our children up mentally. And again, those little black girls are being raised in a single parent household 75 to 80% of the time. So hell yeah, they look at these so-called performers and entertainers as putting them on a pedestal. Damn right. Alright, man. Hey, again, if you have children, and even if you don't, you gotta look at that child sex trafficking serious. Don't wait until it gets to your home until you start saying, "Oh, now I see it." No. You know what I mean? What they say, "Thou shall love my neighbor as well." So you need to understand things that's going on around you. All right, peace.